Yeah.
I'm always so impressed with how you guys are able to do what you do. And I think one of the most important parts of your job is making the people that you're talking to, making the people on the other side of the microphone look like a star. What do you think is the key to that?
I think one thing we, as backstage interviewers, have to keep in mind is that it's not about us at all. Like, our job is to put the talent over. The moment we make it about us, like being too expressive or whatever, it takes away. And over time, the more you're on camera, like with me being here almost 8 years, you naturally become a personality that people expect and want to see on camera. But I think the more that you even show to talent that you respect them enough to realize it's about them, they want to bring you in more as a part of it. But I think, yeah, 100%. I think it's just keep yourself small. It's not about us, but do a great job, and it'll make you rise.
I think one of the best episodes of SmackDown, maybe ever, happened a few months ago. Rock and John Cena
Oh my gosh!
on the same show.
And none of us knew.
You didn't know?
No.
When did you find out that The Rock was in the building?
Like 30 minutes prior, maybe, like, because he was with Pat McAfee that day on College Game Day. I don't even think this was planned. I think Pat McAfee has this way of making everybody want to be his best friend. The fact he got The Rock to come to SmackDown, that's a very Pat McAfee thing. But I think it was just like that. Like, Rock was in town, so why not swing by SmackDown?
At what point did you hear, like, that he was in the building?
I mean, I think it was literally like as it was happening.
Like when his music hit?
Maybe a little bit before that, but like it was like right then. It was a surprise for all of us.
Wow.
Like I freaked. And that was the second time I've ever met him. The first time was when we premiered on Fox for the first time. What was that, like 3 or 4, more than that, however many years ago?
Yeah. 5 years ago, close to, yeah.
Yes, and I saw him and I was like, I have to say hi to him. And I kept like talking myself up. I'm like, it's now or never, Kayla. Like, you just got to do it. And I saw him and he was like done socializing and he was walking back to like his bus. And I was like, now's your time. And I went up to him, and I said, Mr. The Rock. I was like, oh my God, I just called him Mr. The Rock. But he turned around and we had like a 5-minute conversation, and he's so good about making you feel like you're the only person in the room. And he like looked me in the eye and just asked questions about me. And it was incredible. Like, he's such a genuinely good human being.
Yeah.
And so this time he remembered me. I was trying to get an interview with him, but he's a busy man. He promised me next time he sees me, I'll get my interview with him.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. But it was so cool. And like you said, with Cena there, what city were we in? Do you remember?
It was Colorado somewhere.
Maybe. Anyway,
you were there, so
I was. I don't even know where I'm going to be this week. The fact the fans bought their tickets without knowing that was going to happen was such an incredible. I mean, imagine fans who have been fans forever, and that may have been their very first show. And they bought their ticket. I think when they bought tickets, we didn't even know Cena was going to be there at the time when the tickets went on sale.
Right. I think you're right.
So people bought their tickets. Then they find out Cena's going to be there. Then Pat McAfee's there.
Yeah.
And then The Rock comes out.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The Rock has this like special quality that he makes you feel important in that moment. And it's so rare with anybody, let alone the biggest stars on the planet. He turns the moment around and he makes like you feel great. And it's such a unique quality, and I try to borrow that as much as I can from him, but nobody does it like he does it.
I agree. But we all should take that, from him. Like you said, he's the biggest star in the world, so busy. He doesn't have to stop to talk to anybody, but the fact he does.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of celebrities get talked at. Like, you're meeting them and you're telling them all the things, and they just kind of stand there and go, oh, wow.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you. He, like, involves you. Like, I saw him for Black Adam last year, and he was like, hey, you still living in Miami? And I'm like,
he does.
What?
He remembers that.
You know where what?
I know.
I was like, this is crazy. And then a friend of mine who was watching the conversation came over after. He goes, I just want you to get this straight. The Rock was making small talk with you. And I'm like, I know. Like, that's how great of a guy he is. So for all of that to be part of that one show on SmackDown, and I think, like you mentioned, like that, the fact that was so special because The Rock wasn't announced before, because people weren't buying tickets to know that he was going to be there.
Yep.
All of that's so great.
And again, for all of us, just backstage, like, it just kind of boosts morale a little bit that, you know, oh my gosh, this is our coworker. These are our coworkers. Like,
Yeah.
these are my coworkers. Like, who gets to say they're coworkers with John Cena and The Rock?
That's you.
Right? Me.
Yeah.
That's right.
You.